Hello, beautiful souls. Back again today, talking about our thoughts and how by simply changing our thoughts, we can change our entire future. So basically, we are human beings, and human beings are run purely on emotions. Every decision we make, every action we take is based on our emotions and how we are feeling. So for example, we're feeling a little sad and just want to be alone. We retreat to the bedroom, Netflix and binge and sort of keep away from the world. We're feeling angry, someone's hurt us or triggered us. We might lash out and say something that we might later regret. We might have felt hurt at work. Someone said something to us unintentionally that's really hurt our feelings. We might come home and eat a tub of ice cream. Or if we're feeling happy and joyous and just really content, we're more likely to have a warm, welcoming, loving smile on our faces. Our happiness might ignite happiness in other people, more likely to engage with our children, really get down to their level and be present with them. So, of course, our emotions come from somewhere, and they come from our thoughts. It's all up in here. And the only person or the only thing that has control of your thoughts is you. So basically, if everything comes from our thoughts and the only person that controls our thoughts is you, then you have complete control over your destiny, your future, the life that you live. So I just want to give an example of the way that our thoughts impact our outcomes. So just say we've got one person, same experience twice. And I'm just going to go with a parenting example because I'm quite experienced in the matter. So, you've just raced around trying to clean up the house, you're in a rush to get out the door, and your toddler dumps the toy box out on the floor. There's toys everywhere. You've just cleaned everything up and you're just like, you're already in a rush. You're already kind of feeling that little fired up, like, oh God. And then they go and dump the toys on the floor and you're just like, ah! So we've got two ways of handling the situation. So we can think, oh my God, I can't believe they've done this again. Why do they always do this? Always trying to provoke me, always doing things to purposely irritate me. Now I've got to clean this up. And you're like, oi, you, get over here, help me clean up these toys. Now we gotta go, we gotta pick up these toys, blah, 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 blah. And then the toddler's like, no, I ain't helping you clean up the toys because you're yelling at me and you're not handling your emotions very well. Or even though you're already fired up, you decide a different approach. You're like, deep breath. They're not doing this to purposely annoy me. This is completely normal, age-appropriate behavior. They might have just wanted a toy at the bottom of the toy box, looking for their favorite baby, whatever it is. How can I just handle this? You're like, hey, sweetie, I know you tipped the toys out. Let's see how quickly we can pick them up, and whoever picks them up the fastest wins. And so you make a game out of it, you pick the toys up, you get out of the door, everyone's still happy and there's not a tantrum. So same scenario, two different thought patterns, two different outcomes. Okay, so now let's talk about how repeating thoughts create habits. So I'm going to use the example of self-love because it's so prevalent in society that we just don't love ourselves. We don't have compassion for ourselves. We don't think we're worthy. I see it all the time with my clients. And this might just be because, the teacher repeatedly ignored the child in school. Or the parents were so run off with their feet with the list of a million things that they've got to do every single day that they just can't keep on top of, that they don't have enough time to sit down and completely engage and connect with their children and just intuitively be there with them in the present moment. It might be that the parents seem to favour a sibling over them. Numerous reasons as to why we feel that we're not worthy of loving ourselves. And then that just builds up and builds up over time. And when we don't love ourselves, I don't think we're worthy, we start to have repeating thoughts going on in our heads. I'm not worthy of that prize. Someone else is more deserving of that job promotion than what I am. Someone else is more deserving of that person's time than what I am. I'm not worthy of finding someone who treats me right. I'm never going to find someone who treats me right. My mum didn't have anybody who treated her right. That just doesn't happen to us. So when we're stuck in these thought patterns of I'm not worthy, I don't deserve, well then we're never going to get anything. Because if all we're thinking is I'm not going to get this, I don't have that, then that's what we attract in. Same goes for things like, oh, I'm never going to have financial success. You know, no matter what I do, I'm never going to be successful. I'm never going to make it. I can't save. No matter how hard I try, I can't save. So if that's all you're thinking, then you're just going to continue to self-sabotage without even realizing it, because your mind's telling you, we're not going to have that. We don't want that. That's never going to happen to us. We don't deserve that. No, we don't want that. And so you're going to self-sabotage you from actually getting what you want. So how can we change our thoughts? Well, it simply starts with awareness. Once you become aware of the thought patterns that are holding you back, you can start to change the way that you think, the way that you talk to yourself. So going back to the self-love example, a great one is to look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes in the mirror, and every day say, I love you. I fully love and accept you just the way you are. Affirmations like that can help build love, but it takes a long time. And it also comes down to, changing the way you think about, I am worthy of getting that job promotion. I am worthy of this prize. Of course I won this prize. I deserve this prize. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of true, being swept off your feet, unconditional, joyous love. But it's all well and good to say those things, but you have to truly believe it and feel it in your heart. And that's where the challenge can really set in. So I'm just going to use a more simple example as well. And let's just say you have to work on Saturdays. And you're like, oh my God, I hate working on Saturdays, so boring. I'd much rather be out having fun with my friends. This sucks, it's killing me. Ugh. And every time you go into work, you're starting the day like, all grumbled and, you don't get anything done, you're not productive, and you're just like, the time's going by so slowly and you're just like, oh, so over it. If you just change that to, I am so grateful that I have a job, that I earn money so I can have a roof over my head and I can afford food and I can do fun things. And, that way I can do fun things with my friends when I am available. And just like, I am choosing to work on Saturdays because I love getting paid for it. So the changing our thoughts using positive language that is current. So I am choosing to work on Saturdays because I love getting paid for it. Or another one might be, I am choosing to eat the salad because I love how it makes me feel. So just constantly being aware of our thought patterns and using positive current language, not I am going to do this or I am trying to do that. I am doing it. I am saving 100K. I am saving every day 100K. So say it as if it's already here, as if it's already happened. I am abundant. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly to me. Okay, so now we get the gist of it and what you're meant to do. But rewinding again back to the self-love example, it can be really quite challenging to truly believe that you're worthy of something if not being worthy is so ingrained, so deep into you because you've felt not worthy your entire life or for years of your childhood, that just affirmations and trying to be aware of your thoughts alone is not enough for you to believe it. Because when you say something, you have to believe it. If you want to attract it in, you have to believe it. You have to feel it in your body. If anyone is familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, and plenty of other teachers out there as well, you'll know that once you create that feeling from your heart space with the goal in your mind that you want to achieve, heart-brain coherence, then that's when you start to attract in the life that you want. And so to really change our deep-rooted thought patterns into more positive thought patterns and truly feel it and truly believe it, well, we need to get underneath that root and we need to pull it up. So, you know, if you're one for shadow work, for self-healing, self-journeying, you can do this. There's plenty of like shadow work meditations on YouTube. Journaling, identify what it is that's holding you back, the thought process that's holding you back. Why do I not believe I am worthy of love? Sit down and meditate on that for a while and then start journaling. And once you start just flowing and flowing, you start to tap into your subconscious mind and the true reasons start to come to the surface, and you can have major breakthroughs that way. There's also obviously therapy, talking about it with therapists, with friends, just out loud with yourself, even in the mirror. But you actually have to go diving. You have to actually go digging, journey within, because all the answers lie within you. And once you really start to discover and peel back the layers, that's when when you understand why you felt that way. It could be like, well, the teacher never showed attention to me. Years and years and years in school, the teachers, none of them ever cared. They didn't pay attention to me. All they cared about was my grade. No one ever cared about what I thought or the way that I wanted to do things. So I just shut myself down. I'm not worthy of anybody's attention. Not even the teacher wants to give me attention. You understand, well, that teacher was driven by the wrong motives. They just were focused on the grades. They didn't care about the students, or that teacher had their own things going on that stopped them from being able to connect with the students. And once you can understand that, hey, that teacher not paying attention to you was actually nothing on you, it was on the teacher, well, then you can remove that belief and replace it with, I am worthy of people's time. I am worthy of people's attention. Because once you understand that your original reasons for feeling not worthy are actually no longer valid, the teacher is no longer in your life. You're well and truly past that. And you don't need to get validation and attention from teachers anymore because you're an adult, living your own life, choosing your own people to be around. And then you can start to believe that and reframe it. And then also have those new thoughts on repeat in your mind. And one of the great things about RTT is the recording that you get to listen to. And it's really vital that you do listen to that recording for the following 21 days after the session. And what I love about the recording and what I personally do with the recordings is I really do that feeling, the new life that you're wanting. I really drill that feeling into the recording. It's more like a meditation as opposed to, you know, a recording, because I really like my clients to vision that life that they want and really feel it in their body. So every day they are working to make that feeling familiar, because one of the rules of the mind is we love what is familiar and we hate what is unfamiliar. So we work to make the once which was familiar, feeling unworthy, unfamiliar, and make feeling worthy familiar by listening to the recording every day and feeling what it feels like to feel worthy. Okay, so that's it from me for today. Yes, head on over to my website if you'd love to book in a free chat, or if you have any other questions, shoot me a message. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you.